Right, new this morning, the president is unveiling his first budget outline. He wants to cut taxes, boost military spending, big league as he might say, and leave entitlements untouched, which is big league as he might say, in its own way.
You just wanted to say big league.
Big league. It's big league, not big league. There's a big debate about that.
But Sean's been on vacation for a week. We're so glad you're back.
About this nonstop. Big league vacation.
But on all seriousness, he does want to spend a ton of taxpayer money on boosting up the military. This is all part of this big budget blueprint that is going to come today, any moment. He has to get Congress on board. And let's just say not touching entitlements, which is the other part of this. That's not exactly music to a lot of conservatives' ears. How's the math going to work out? With us now to talk about that, Republican Congressman Tom Garrett of Virginia. He's on both the Homeland Security and Foreign Affairs Committee. Nice to have you on, my friend. I hope you were good at math in high school, because I'd like you to do the math on this, because you're the one who in 2015 said, blamed President Obama for, quote, a reckless pattern of deficit spending at home. You said you will be a tireless warrior to fight that. How are you going to be that warrior on this one?
So what you got to do is you have to really first give credit where credit's due. So here's my bipartisan moment. John Kennedy started that supply side theory, and Ronald Reagan reinitiated it in the 80s. There's two ways you can generate revenue. You can either grow the economy or raise taxes. Mr. Trump's economic plan is betting that we can get economic growth that outstrips that which we've seen in the last 8 years. And really, if you look at 2004, 2005, 2006, we were having economic growth in the 4.4% range on a regular basis. So it's been done before. We need to see if he can actually put his money where his mouth is.
Your point, it's based on a budget with 2.4% growth.
It is, and also on supply side, I mean, you can argue with merit that supply side economics may have created jobs during the Reagan administration, but it didn't reduce the deficit. In fact, it probably increased the deficit. When you increase military spending and you cut taxes at once, there were plenty of deficits during the Reagan administration. And Congressman, just to be clear where you stand on some of these issues on entitlements, you've been very clear that you think there needs to be something done to reduce spending and entitlements. And again, I'll quote from your website here, those who have paid into the system their whole lives cannot have the rug pulled out from under them, but we also cannot continue to make the same promises to the next generation of retirees because the money is simply not there.
So you guys have given me a great opportunity to talk about our student security plan that would allow people to remove student loan debt by voluntarily changing the date at which they accept Social Security. It solves two problems at once. You got a Social Security system that's inviable in 2034, and you've got a dark cloud of student loan debt that's stymieing the creativity of an entire generation. We actually have a plan to tackle these two things. One of the problems we're running into is that the budget's scored on a 10-year period, and a plan like this doesn't work that way, but it does allow us to keep our promises to our seniors. It forces no one to do anything, but allows a pathway out, and actually would invest about 60 cents on the dollar as it relates to current Social Security rates if people chose to use the delayed benefit to pay off student loan debt. We got to have creative, outside-the-box solutions, and yet you don't change the promises you made yesterday. You need to maybe make different promises tomorrow.
All right, so if you don't see enough of those creative, out-of-the-box solutions in whatever budget the president does present, and you see it as a budget that will blow a hole in the deficit, will you do what your office said that you would do, which is you're not afraid to, quote, vote no on bad budgets?
Yeah, look, I was in the Virginia Senate for 5 years. I think I voted for one budget out of 5. And so if that happens here, what we're looking for is a budget that has a definable pathway to being balanced in a definable amount of time. Unfortunately, we've gotten ourselves in a situation where you just can't balance it in a year. But they need to show myself and folks who think like me a route to a balanced budget, because there was a study that was out a few weeks ago that said the top 8% of, or the top 8 people in the world controlled as much wealth as the bottom 50th percentile. If you took every dime from those people and tried to apply it to the U.S. debt, you wouldn't get to 5% of the current debt. It's absolutely unsustainable and irresponsible. It's intergenerational theft, and we're going to fight to get that budget balance. In the meantime, we have obligations we need to meet.
We will have you back on once we know the meat that's on these bones in the budget. We'll ask you if you do support it then. Congressman, I want to get your take on one more thing, and that is the travel ban. We expect maybe as soon as Wednesday the president to reissue his executive order on that. Just a little while ago, former President George W. Bush, he was asked in general terms about whether he supports the ban that has been discussed. Listen to what he said.
I think it's very important for all of us to recognize one of our great strengths is for people to be able to worship the way they want to, or not worship at all. I mean, the bedrock of our freedom, a bedrock of our freedom, is the right to worship freely.
You for or against the ban? You're against the ban?
I am for an immigration policy that's welcoming and that upholds the law.
What do you make of the president's statements?
Well, I mean, anytime you quote Jefferson, right, that's sort of the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. Shall make no laws establishing a religion nor permitting the free practice thereof. It's hard to lose. I'm with President Bush. I'm also with President Trump. I think we have a responsibility to do all we can to ensure the safety of the people who are in America while continuing our role as a beacon of hope and freedom to people around the world. Our office is currently working to get some J-2 refugee visas for some imprisoned clergy members in the Sudan. So, yeah, I mean, we need to vet folks, but we need to continue to be America as well.
Congressman, La La Land, Moonlight, you have a preference?
You know what? I was thinking maybe they'd name me the best picture winner after all that fracas last night. So
It could happen to anyone, apparently. Apparently,
Perfect.
you know, it could happen to anyone. Congressman Garrett, thank you so much
Thank
for being
you,
with us. Appreciate
Congressman.
your
John,
time.
Poppy, wonderful being with you all. Have a great day.